lot of people's money story goes unnoticed, right? The way that people interact with money, think about money, talk about money, the way they spend money, the way they give money, right? Or lack thereof, right? All dictates how they view money, right? Is it a scarcity mindset? Is it, and a lot of this is tied to mindsets, right? How are you emotionally, right? How are you when it comes to your psychological well-being, right? How do you really view your day-to-day circumstances? And then because of some of the things you may be going through in your day-to-day circumstances, how do you interact with money? When you're anxious, do you make anxious money decisions, right? When you're scared, do you make scared money decisions, right? When you're feeling confident and you're feeling, like you're on top of the world, do you make on the top of the world decisions with your money, right? Do you save? Do you tuck away? Do you plan for your future? Is there an emergency fund? Right, those sorts of things I think go unnoticed. Most people in their day-to-day, man, there's so much hustle and bustle, and I think we're in one of the most anxious times that I think I can remember. With this economy, with how things are, with how high interest rates are, I feel that people are really loose at moments when it comes to how they think about their finances. And I absolutely love what you do because, you actually, when you have a consultation with an individual, you actually speak to the story without telling them you're speaking to the story. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, I do, because with everything that you just said, which was so eloquently spoken, you're missing one piece. And this is why people don't understand how the money story becomes and how it evolves. You're missing the relationship with the money, right? Because everything you said, we're responding to what's going on. We're reacting to life and the priorities and the drama and the, oh my God, life just happened. Now I got to tap into my emergency fund or pull from my 401k to survive. So again, we're reacting, responding because we're missing that relationship. So I want to take you back for a minute, and because this is really where it's important for people to understand this.
Sure.
Let's go back to when you and I were late teens, early 20s, right? Got a paycheck, right? That was a real thing, you guys. We got a paycheck that we then had to go to the bank, get cash, and we were walking around with cold, hard cash. We could feel it. We could see it. For those of us that had a weird thing, we could smell it, because cash, especially those brand new bills, I smell to them. Right? But it engaged our senses, which means when we went to spend it, we thought, we pondered, we paused before we spent it, especially if it was our last 100 or our last 50. We were like, do I really need this? You notice it wasn't even a want at that point. It was, do I really need this?
Right.
Because that meant breaking that last little bit of what we had. Gone are those days. We don't get that anymore. It goes direct deposit into our account. We swipe, we move on. Everything is transactional. We've lost touch and lost that relationship with our money. So what I like to do is actually rebuild that relationship for my clients. Because with that relationship, it now puts you in control. So even if life is chaotic and drama-filled, when you go back to your money, you're not making decisions based off of emotions and reactions. You're basing it solely off of facts and figures because you are in control of your finances.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I love the way that you piece that together because, you walk people through that. And again, I can't emphasize enough, when you walk them through it, you don't necessarily tell them what you're doing, right? It's like you're performing surgery on a patient while they're asleep, right? Although they're awake on a Zoom call with you, it's like you are working on them internally. And it's based off of the way that they view debt, money, all those things.